Hello my loves, Tony here from TL Yarn Crafts and welcome back. So crochet and summertime go together like grilled hot dogs and water balloons, but how can you get into that crochet groove in this heat? We've all been there. You're staring longingly at your yarn stash while sweat is dripping down your brow. Not cute. Fear not my loves, your friendly neighborhood yarn snob is back and I am diving headfirst into the world of summer friendly yarns. So grab your raspberry iced tea, crank up that AC and get ready to harshly but fairly judge some yarns that did nothing to us personally. Special thanks to WeCrochet for sponsoring today's video. Now before we find out what the best summer yarns are, we have to give some love to our cup of caffeine sponsor. I am all coffeeed out for today and I need to hydrate, so water for me. And today's cup of caffeine sponsor is Judy Brooks, and when donating, Judy said, "Thank you so much for the wonderful video content and such a beautiful, positive spirit. As a newbie crochet artist, I found a lovely escape from a high-stress corporate job through your videos and the magical world of yarn. You make it fun and lighthearted, and I love Mama Gwen." You and me both, Judy. You know what? I gotta get her back on the channel. It's time for her to clock in. Now, if you like my videos and want to support my channel, buy me a coffee. Who knows? I might shout you out in the next one. Now let's talk summer-friendly yarns. We'll kick off our summer stitching with Cotlin, a fan favorite yarn that gets its name from the unique fiber blend. Cot is for the 70% Tanguis cotton and Lin is for the 30% Belgian linen. Each 50-gram ball offers 123 yards of cool, lightweight yarn for $5.29 full price. You get to choose from 50 dazzling colors, and since both of these fibers are pretty bright white when they're undyed, they soak up that highly pigmented dye and they will not let it go. So strength is really the name of the game when it comes to Cotlin. The summer linen that's in this yarn has a longer growing season, which results in longer, stronger fibers. And mix that with the already tough cotton and you've got a yarn that is ready for the hard jobs. Think hot pads, crossbody bags, and bucket hats. Now at first touch, Cotlin is a little bit rough and it does soften up a lot after washing, but it still wouldn't be my first choice when it comes to wearables. Instead, I'm gonna reach for Cotlin as an alternative to my kitchen cotton, specifically because it's gonna hold up very, very well over time. Unlike your kitchen cottons, Cotlin is a dream to work with. For one, stitch definition, off the charts. The smooth, even gauge down the yarn strand means I had no misfires or mistakes as I was working up my swatch. It does help to be adequately moisturized if you're planning to use this yarn. I gave it a go before using my lotion bar and I was 2 seconds away from getting yarn burn. Look it up, it's a thing. Cotlin has built up quite a following in recent years and it's easy to see why. The colors are amazing. The lack of stretch means that this yarn is perfect for several summer ready projects and is a true joy to crochet with. I mean, could you really ask for more? Cotlin is getting 8 out of 10 very happy hooks from me. I especially love the drape that Cotlin gets even before blocking. I mean, it's a truly great yarn that I think everybody should try at least once. Let's keep this cotton blend train going with a look at Comfy, specifically Comfy Worsted. It's a 75-25 blend of Pima cotton and acrylic that comes in 30 gorgeous colors that are perfect for mixing and matching. 109 yards of worsted weight yarn are packed into these cute little 50-gram skeins and they're gonna cost you $4.99 full price. Arguably one of the best features of Comfy is that it is machine washable and dryable, which is more than I can say for most of the yarns on today's list. I mean, seriously, who's hand washing cotton in the summertime? Not me. Certainly not me. I am no stranger to Comfy. In fact, it is one of my favorite yarns on the planet. So I'm not gonna bury the lead here. Comfy is getting a 10 out of 10 hook rating from me, and here are 3 very good reasons why. First is the superb fiber blend. When 2 yarns come together, they really should complement each other perfectly, and that is what happens with Comfy. It gets its strength and softness from Pima cotton, which is considered a luxury version of cotton compared to other crops. And then acrylic shows up, adding that pliability and stretch that even the best Pima cotton will never give you. And the second reason I'm in love with Comfy, oh honey, it's the way that it glides over your crochet hook. Both cotton and acrylic yarns independently have their drawbacks when it comes to the crochet experience. Cotton has a reputation for this ropiness that's a little bit hard to handle, and acrylic can sometimes be squeaky. And if you have a whiff of sensory issues, these are going to be major turnoffs. But then something really special happens with Comfy. The acrylic makes the cotton a little bit easier to handle, and the cotton takes away some of that plasticky feel that you get with acrylic yarns. If I had to compare it to something, Comfy feels like working with an elevated acrylic. You can still feel that acrylic in there, but the Pima cotton really elevates it into something super special. And the last reason that I love Comfy so much is because of its versatility. Do you like making wearables? Reach for Comfy. How about accessories? Comfy's your girl. Is home decor more your speed? Oh honey, I have a yarn for you. It's called Comfy. Comfy is such a popular family of yarns on WeCrochet's website that they now offer it in 4 different bases: fingering, sport, worsted, and bulky. Just do yourself a favor, make some room for Comfy in your stash right now, because once you try it, I promise you are not going back. Next, we'll set our sights on Vividie, which is a mercerized cotton yarn that honestly fell a little short for me. Now, this is a newer yarn from WeCrochet, thus the lack of reviews and project recommendations on the website. So I was really excited to try something that not too many folks have gotten their hands on yet. Vividie is a worsted weight, 100% mercerized cotton. Each 100-gram skein has a whopping 190 yards of yarn. And for $4.99 per skein, you get to choose from 15 pretty nice saturated colors. So mercerized cotton is one of those yarns that you either love to crochet with or you hate it. And baby, I'm sorry, but I hate it. The mercerization process adds a coating to the outside of the yarn, making it a lot smoother and also adding this very unique sheen to it. Another thing that it does is make the yarn stick to itself, which is the bane of my existence as a center pull girly. If I ever use this yarn again, my very first step would to either be put it in a yarn bowl or on a yarn genie so I could pull it from the outside instead of the inside. Let me be fair, I'm gonna give Vividie its flowers. It does have amazing stitch definition, which is only augmented by the lovely sheen and the very vibrant colors. And with such a lightweight and airy fabric, Vividie makes a lot of sense for your summertime projects. I could totally see it as some lacy pineapples, maybe on a dress or a skirt, or you could go with more closed, dense stitches for something like a bag. I'm gonna be honest, Vividie had your girl more twisted than when I try to choose between pizza and birria tacos. It's just not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? God damn it, what do you want?
So what's a girl to do when you don't like the crochet process, but you know that final result is gonna be fire? You make it work. And that's what I'm gonna do for Vividie. So I'm giving it 7 out of 10 hooks in hopes that my next crochet experience is gonna be better than my first. When, not if, I use this yarn again, I'll be sure to pull from the outside and also use a grippier hook. I'll probably go for wood or resin. Oh, Billow, Billow, Billow. Man, I really wanted to like this yarn, like so much. How often do you come across a 100% Pima cotton bulky weight yarn that comes in 20 gorgeous colors? One hank has 120 yards and it's gonna set you back a whopping $9.49 each. And I haven't even mentioned yet that you have to hand wash this. So hand washing, bulky weight cotton. I'm gonna just let that sink in for a minute. So let's get the niceties out the way first, shall we? Starting with the color. The depth of color that you're able to achieve with Billow is undeniable. Take a look at any color in the palette and you will see that it is objectively gorgeous. And then there's the softness, right? So Pima cotton is made from these long fiber strands, which means that you end up with a yarn that is just as soft as it is strong. Projects made from a yarn like this are built to last and be well loved. And that is where my affinity for Billow ends, because I cannot get over the texture. I mean, ugh. The strand is made up of several plies, each with different thicknesses, which means that you have a strand that goes from a category 5 bulky weight in some areas all the way down to a category 3 DK weight in other areas. And when you're working with a big hook and a yarn that has no stretch anyway, stitching with Billow feels a bit like working up a sweater with no swatch. You certainly could do it, but about 5 minutes from now, you're gonna realize why that was a bad idea. I kind of feel bad bashing Billow. She tried so hard, but she just took it a little too far. Even the reviews of this yarn on WeCrochet's website are generally positive, but every bit of negativity comes from that thick and thin texture. It just doesn't play super well with crochet hooks, so this is the kind of yarn when people say it's better for knitting, yeah, Billow's gonna be way better for knitting. It is with a heavy heart that I give Billow one of my lowest hook ratings ever, and that is 4 out of 10. To be the only bulky weight plant-based yarn on WeCrochet's website, I just had higher hopes. Better luck next time. Let's end things on a lighter note talking about WeCrochet's Woolen Cotton. It's 50% squishy merino wool and 50% super soft Pima cotton, and I gotta say, strong start so far. You get 218 yards in each 100 gram skein, putting you at a category 3 DK weight. It comes in 20 lively colors and it's gonna set you back $12.99 per skein. So this may be a bit of a weird question, but have you ever had a crush on a yarn before? Just asking for a friend, you know? Full disclosure, Woolen Cotton had me catching feelings when I first took it out the box. It's got that merino wool bounce and that Pima cotton softness. It's like two powerhouse fibers coming together to create this megazord of perfection. But I guess you could say I'm a bit biased to this fiber combination. With its lovely all over color and that softness you get while stitching, Woolen Cotton is the kind of yarn that you drop all of your projects for. And I did last night. And I woke up to this. What is this? This is the cutest stinking dog sweater you have ever seen in your life. I flew through this pattern in about 4 hours and I loved every single stitch of it. The only thing that can make this process even more perfect is if it actually fits our little Pepper boy. Please stand by. Pepperoni, do you want to try on your new sweater? I know you're taking a nap, but I need you. Oh my gosh, guys, listen, I have no words. I'm gonna let you experience this without my commentary. Here we go. Look at him. It fits perfectly. Pepper, work with me, baby. It fits him so perfectly. But for real, this yarn and this project are a match made in heaven, and I don't think I'm ever gonna take this sweater off of him. This isn't one of my designs, but I do have the pattern linked down in the description so you can find it on Etsy. As much as I love Woolen Cotton, I have to give it 9 out of 10 hooks. There's only room for one perfect wool cotton blend in my life. At $12.99 a skein, it is a bit of a splurge, but I've always believed that you get what you pay for, and you get a lot when it comes to Woolen Cotton. And thankfully, Woolen Cotton is currently on sale on WeCrochet's website. Actually, a whole bunch of yarns are currently on sale on WeCrochet's website thanks to their summer yarn sale. You can choose from hundreds of yarns that are up to 60% off all month long with no code needed. Be sure to sign up for their newsletter too, because they're doing these short-term sales throughout the month of July and you need a special code for those. I may have scored a truckload of chroma fingering for an extra 10% off thanks to the big summer yarn sale, but don't worry, I left you some on the site. Special thanks to WeCrochet for sponsoring today's video and sending me this big box of goodies to share with you. With yarn prices on the rise at your big box stores, it's nice to know that there's a place you can go online to find quality yarns at a price that won't bust your budget. If you haven't been on WeCrochet's website recently, I encourage you to drop by and browse around, especially during this big summer yarn sale. With everything from everyday staples to one-of-a-kind special finds, there is something on WeCrochet's website for every crocheter. And if you would like a chance to win the leftover yarns from today's Yarn Snob review, I invite you to join the Yarn Hive membership. In addition to impromptu giveaways like this, we also have over 1,000 hours of ad-free on-demand video content, as well as over 900 kind, talented, generous makers who can't wait to stitch with you. Find a link down in the description to start your 7-day membership right now. Well, my friends, that is it for today's Yarn Snob review. It's been a while, but I hope it was worth the wait. And as a special treat for being so patient with me, I'll have another amazing Yarn Snob review for you next week. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye! Do you want to see yourself in your new sweater? It's so cute!